Hello everyone, welcome to Kick-Ons. Hope you enjoyed the footy. Our team has assembled and they are elite from top to bottom. Kane Corns, Kate McCarthy, Josh Jenkins, future Hall of Famer Kane.
Hello,
welcome.
Richo, too kind. Good to be back. Big week. Looking forward to it with this fine panel that we have assembled as always.
Ready to launch, K-Mac?
Oh, we're ready to launch. I need to make up some ground over unders, and that's exactly what I'm going to do this week.
That's exactly what you're going to do. When I think about the world game, I think of Josh Jenkins.
Same.
Because you are literally the Messi of Australia.
Yeah.
Like the Messi of Australian football punting. Look at that. Now, this multi would have saluted in round one and round two. Messi to score, Mbappe to score, and Haaland to score. They both did so rounds one and round two. In fact, they all scored twice.
It's amazing.
In round two. So, don't laugh and don't be dismissive when you see me put a little soccer bet up on the feed
And
because
don't
they've
laugh
been winning.
when I told you the Aussies were going to lose 5-0. Now, they didn't lose 5-0. They lost 2-0, but it should have been about 8-0.
We were closer to a
It should
draw
have
than
been
a
about
5-0 loss.
8-0 if those went in the back of the
Didn't
net
someone
like
take
they
2.5?
should
So whoever
have
did
been.
that is still
Mate,
on.
We had a bet, didn't we?
I tell you what, you would boo Christmas. You have sucked a few
I'm
lemons
just
in your
a
time.
realist, Richo. I'm a realist. You got sucked in, all the Aussies. We're going to win the World Cup. No, we're not.
Kane the Grinch calls.
That's exactly right.
We might have come along with you if we had have known we were going to bench our only good
Yes.
player.
Well, I did know that.
It's a setback, but don't worry.
The Aussies weren't the only ones with bad beats over the
Yeah, okay.
weekend. I had a
Let's
bad
talk
beat
about you.
of my own. I thought this was just like a special for the captains here. Toby Green, 4+.
you gotta give that.
He's kicked
Give
three.
it.
Gotta give it.
Give it, Brent.
Bing
Give
out.
the football to Toby because Paddy's already had 30+. So all we need is this give. And you know what? Not it. Oh, you've been run down holding the ball,
Wow.
Brent. You've got to give that.
Sums up their season.
Yeah.
really,
Wow.
the Giants.
Now, we talk about sick beats a lot. What about sick wins?
Right.
So I was on...
Hang on, lucky wins.
I
think
was on the
we'll call it.
Kangas last Sunday to win by 25 or more points.
Okay.
You can see here, I'm standing in front of the TV. I've got 25 points up my... Timmy Taranto.
Oh, no. Well, that's
40
fine.
metres out,
You're in
directly
trouble.
in front. If he kicks any score, I lose.
You are...
He kicked it to his mate in the members, in
Did
the
he?
MCC members, and we get the job done. So for every sick beat, for every 20 sick beats, there's a sick win
I
as well.
tried to tell you about Timmy T.
No, I'm not letting you get involved
Turnover
in this.
Tim. I tried to tell you about Turnover Tim. Everyone laughed at me.
Hang on.
They're not laughing anymore.
I thought you and Tim
No,
were
we
back.
We are, but kicking's not his strength. Never,
Okay.
never has
Well,
been.
normally kicking for goal, he
How do we
actually
go with
is.
our over-unders? Because I needed to make up some ground.
You know, stock standard, as JJ says, 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 for you.
Hey,
you.
stiff on
Thank
Max Hall,
you.
15 at the half.
I'm worried
Had him
about-
locked away. What's he
I'm-
done in the second half?
I'm worried about you, the people's champ.
I'm worried about me too, Richard. It's all good though, you know. We get other bets up. Over-under's not my thing, but we'll persist. You know, you've got to
Long
review
way
your
to go.
strengths and get
Hang
better
on,
at them.
no white
Yep.
flags here.
Long way to go.
And also loving all those. Don't check us out in the app and get that graphic back up because we look fantastic on those little
That's AI.
headshots. There we go.
That's AI, Richard.
How good are we looking? Check out the app for everything you want to do. Hey, let's get stuck into the first of the games after we've stopped talking about ourselves. Hawthorn versus GWS Giants, MCG, Friday night, jam-packed. 12,000 people there.
Yeah, what would be a park crowd? 30,000, I would think.
No,
Well,
more,
the Hawks,
come on.
The
The
Hawks
Hawks
fans
are
will
up
come
and about.
from
They'll
everywhere.
come.
But the Giants are in all sorts of trouble. So there's the numbers. It's about right, that line there. Hawthorn flexed their muscles, didn't they, up on the Gold Coast with, I think their win of the season with their midfield, the way that got going. Will Day back in. We'll get to that in a moment. To make the
Where
top
are the Giants
6, they've fallen off a cliff. I told you about this about 8 weeks ago, Richo. They are now... They've missed their chance. They had a chance to win a premiership with this group. That chance has now passed, and you feel like this is the last dance with this group. Toby, we think, is probably going to leave, and they're going to have to do some things to remain competitive again. It could get a little bit ugly in the next 2 to 3 years for the Giants.
Yeah, I agree. It is a concern. Their inability to, I think, do anything consistently this season has been really disappointing. Had 2 really big wins. We all know what they did to the Lions, and then the week after had another good performance, but then disappointing against St Kilda. St Kilda played good football, but they were disappointing. And then last week, again, really disappointing. Couldn't get their game going. And then when they did, it all fell apart as soon as they had another quarter-time break. So it's that inability to be any sort of consistent with their football that is costing them at the moment.
Couldn't probably get involved at the line. If the Hawks were full strength, they're going to miss Nash, Weddle, Gunston and Impey for this game.
Ooh,
so
wow, okay.
if those guys were out there, or 3 of the 4 were out there, I'd get involved, Hawthorn at the line, because they've improved around the fig. Now, of course, Will Day is crucial. I think the reason now, my view coming into the season was they didn't improve their midfield. They might get a little bit of improvement, but not enough to get the job done. But Newcombe is the one who I think's gone from maybe an A- to an A++. Kate, he's the one. I know we talk about Day being back, but Newcombe has gone from a very good player to one of the best mids in the comp.
Yep, couldn't agree more. And I also love the work of Cam McKenzie, who we saw in a couple of those centre bounces, and Josh Ward. They're coming in and playing their role when they rotate through there. But then you've got these 2 stars that are absolutely dominating at clearance, but particularly centre bounce clearance. And we know how prolific scoring is out of centre bounce. The quickest way, the easiest way to do it, win the centre bounce, go forward, score a goal when it's even numbers ahead of the ball. So Newcombe, 8 of his 10 clearances were centre bounce, and Will Day, 3 of his 5. So that's the damage they're doing, and the score involvements are just off the chart as a result of that.
Will Day played 85 minutes. So when that gets to 92, 95 minutes, which it will continue to increase, look out.
Yeah. Can they win the whole thing, the Hawks?
I don't think they're on the level of Fremantle and Sydney.
They're
At the
run
moment,
below,
They're,
I think
they're
they-
pre...
You think they can?
I think they can. I think they have enough superstars on their day, and that's what you need ultimately to win a grand final. In the last day of September, your superstars fire. If they can get there, they have enough to do it. It is obviously the path there that's the consistency, but they get Gunston back in a week or so. I think they're building really
It'd
nicely.
also be a home grand final against either of those 2 teams, and that'd have to be worth a couple of goals to them.
Yeah, you think so?
I just want to see Nick Watson play a grand final, so please make it.
Gosh,
That'd be
that'd
box office.
Well, many people are thinking that Carlton can make it all the way through to the grand final. But no, let's concentrate on what they have been doing, and that is, under Josh Fraser, they have been a different team. They play the West Coast Eagles. Anyone can mount a case for the Eagles under the lid, because look at these numbers.
Yeah, not based on these numbers. The change and the transformation in their game, and it's becoming now a decent chunk, isn't it? It's 5 weeks. It's 5 weeks of footy. It's not
So
just
it's not
2
just a
games.
sugar hit.
Well, it's becoming, what's longer than a sugar hit? What's an extra amount of sugar? You're into
Well,
that.
I'll talk to our man,
Maybe
our
like a-
nutrition
not
man.
quite a carb load,
Yeah.
like somewhere between
But
the
it's
2.
it's becoming potentially sustainable. And look, I think they've made some really shrewd moves. The freedom that Fraser's got in terms of selection. So Wilson plays no matter what. Ison plays no matter what. So now all of a sudden they look like a far more athletic group.
And Kano, I'm on watch with you this week because I know you're big on this and I agree. When the pressure's on, what can they do?
Well,
so
that's
Essendon, they were favourites. They win by 5 points
They
and
were
it's
horrible.
scrappy, really scrappy. This week, they are red-hot favourites. They should win this game. They should win it convincingly. How do they cope with the pressure? Because historically,
Yes.
it's not good.
Now, I don't want to be accused of being the Grinch again, but they may be the most mentally weak football club
Ooh.
I've ever seen in the last 5 years. Like when the pressure,
last 5 years.
pressure is on, when there is expectation, they crumble.
Hang
As
on, well,
soon
in
as-
those 5 years, that's a preliminary final.
Yes, and what happened, Richo?
I know, but what about the come-from-behind win against Melbourne?
Yeah, and what happened when they got 5 goals up in the prelim final? The expectation rises.
Right.
They crumble. What
Well, they
happens
were
when they
beaten by a
start
better
the
team.
season
You just got lent forward on.
and the expectation is high? They crumble. Then the coach goes, "Oh, freedom. We're playing with house money now. We play well." So K-Mac is right. When the pressure is there, this group hasn't been able to handle it. I am not for 1 second getting sucked into the Fraser-Train, as well as he's done a good job, or this Carlton side. To me, it makes them look even more disappointing what they've done in the last 5
I'm well and
weeks.
truly sucked into the Fraser-Train, though.
What about
I love
the-
one more
what
than
about-
the choo-choo.
You just like the hoodie.
You're the emotionally invested one here.
What about
How
the
do you
lean-
feel about
Well,
it?
the lean forward. Well, it's just, as I do take your point, they've got to continue to. They've had 5 wins. Continue to go. When expectations are high,
They crumble.
Well, I'm saying they might not crumble.
Well, maybe not, because their draw is pretty favourable.
You're the expert in crumble who
wouldn't
played
be-
in a grand final team that got beaten by
That is true. That is
Rich
true.
has leaned forward metaphorically there.
But that's the run home.
down. You have to get under the
and
chair.
There's a lot of winnable games. So, like, if they make the top 10, look at good on them. They'll get absolutely smashed in the finals.
Okay.
Next topic.
Next topic. On notice, who you got?
Oh, here we
You
go.
now.
You've just wound me up and let me go, because
What
I've
Adelaide?
got my club. I've been dismayed at some of the commentary I've seen around Port Adelaide. This club is a club that has a sort of catch cry that we exist to win premierships. I'm seeing a lot of stuff from their supporters. We don't want to win anymore.
What do you mean?
We want to finish down the bottom of the ladder. We want Dougie Cochrane. I've been absolutely dismayed at some of the commentary from some Port Adelaide fans who held Ken Hinkley to the highest of accountability. Like if he had 1 loss, 2 losses in a row, they wanted him sacked. Now all of a sudden, Josh Carr's got this free pass and we want to lose and finish down the bottom of the ladder. That is not the Port Adelaide way. So the challenge is in a showdown where it's pretty much 50-50 every single time.
Yes.
If you go out there and don't give a competitive performance, you can see it there. Like, it doesn't matter where the position has been on the ladder. The lower ranked team, 10 wins, 10 to 8 from higher to lower. That's not a big discrepancy on where it should be. So put in a good account for yourself, because what we saw on Saturday night against Collingwood wasn't acceptable.
Okay, so they're on notice. This showdown is not on... it's on notice because I can't wait for it.
Yeah,
it's going to be epic.
The best rivalry in footy. I'd look at the try bet on this one because as we see, yes, 8 and 10, higher, lower rank, but the margins are usually very, very close in this game. And don't let the ladder position or the form coming into this game fool you. I think it's going to be close and it's always a cracker. You always have to watch the showdown.
It is a handle your business showdown for Adelaide.
Yes.
They just need to get the job done, continue their build. They've got a lot of upside. Perhaps Port Adelaide should change their... What's your catch cry? We exist
To win premierships.
They've won 1 in 30 years, so maybe we need a new catch cry.
We exist to win premierships, but that's a lot of sandful stuff there,
A
isn't it?
lot of
Well, they don't
sample
count.
stuff. A lot. They shouldn't. They
No, they
shouldn't
don't
count.
count.
But the Port Adelaide fans think...
They don't count, Jace.
Well, they count for the
It
club.
counts to your history and
course.
the way that you've built the club and all of that. Great nostalgia and all that. But in terms of winning your next one, the ones you won in the sample aren't going to help you get to the next one. So, yeah, they're in a spot of bother, and I just don't like the attitude sort of filtering through that losing is acceptable.
And they could... I was at the game on Saturday night against... Bad injuries. They got deflated. Lukosius out. Radagale's knee, that's a bad one. McKinley's a good young player. He might not get up. So it could really suck the life out of their season.
Everyone's going with Adelaide, I can imagine, and I've been jaced by him, so I know I've got to move it on. And we move it on to the unicorn. How much do we love Luke Jackson?
love him.
I said
Sorry,
start
Miss
the show
Jackson.
with it and finish the show with it, and we'll only talk about him in the entirety of the show. But I love this guy. I love what he's doing. I love what they're now finally allowing him
Thank you.
to do.
Thank
Play
you.
in the
Here
rock,
we
go
go again.
forward, test your ruck,
Thank
because he's got an
you.
engine better than them, and he'll
I-
finish off in front of goal as well.
I watch him play and I just laugh to myself. I laugh to
I
myself.
say to myself, self,
Every time I laugh because for 3 years people were telling me this guy's a forward. No, this guy's going to actually be a midfielder. He's going to go in there with Sean Darcy and be a midfielder. Oh, if they need to play, he can play. I just laugh. He's a ruckman. He's always been a ruckman. And finally, they're playing him in the right position and they may win a premiership off it.
Can I ask you one? What do you think they do? I know that there's the Darcy chat, right? Mason Cox isn't really impacting, but he's doing his job. Do you bring Darcy back in and try and play him as a forward and see if you can get more out of him than you get Mason Cox? Or do you just say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're sticking with this formula for the rest of the year. What are you doing?
I'm a bit with the latter, albeit like they're going to be in a position where they can try a few things and they don't want to wear him out. So if they need to play Sean Darcy for 4 weeks and reduce his game time or play Jackson forward, that's fine. But I'm telling you, come the qualifying final, he starts in the ruck, he plays 80% time in the ruck and then they work it out from there.
So Sunday, 5:10 p.m. at Optus Stadium. It's an interesting question. Can you be going too well too early?
Oh, well, you can't really change that. You can only be going as well as you're going. Like it's, what do you want them to do? They just are what they are at the moment.
Correct.
I think they've still got upside in their game. They've got, of course, Darcy to come back in. They can play around with that. I think they're going to be able to start to rest players as well. They get on their plane, they travel 5 hours every second week. So Tracy hasn't yet had a week off. Jackson could do with a week off. So there's that element for them as they build into September. But they're beautifully placed at the moment, going fantastically well.
Also had games where they have been genuinely challenged and have had to find something in games. That's a little bit different to coasting through all year, not being challenged. And in games, they've actually changed their game style, which you can see is almost like a proactive approach to, all right, we might not always get a look like this. Let's try some overlap handball. Let's really focus on our forward half turnovers. Let's generate a lot from this score source. They've played around with things to hold them in good stead come finals.
And I've really lent into your combo goal markets. I know you have as well. And Freo are the perfect team for this because you don't know which one of the big three are going to pop their head up.
Yeah, well, the three of them have been so consistent as well. It's not often either of them or the three of them are held goalless at all. I like Paddy Voss in this game specifically, but I'm also, the day of game, going to heavily lean into those combo markets because the combo of them, if one gets off the chain, they usually kick
kicking.
That's
I'm
that.
worried about their kicking.
The accuracy.
Two of them get too close to the mark, and Tracy's ball, I don't
Voss
like.
gets way too close to the mark.
And so does Josh Amos. Far too
I
close.
thought you nearly dropped the magic then, Richo.
I don't drop the magic.
I'm going to have to rewind the tape. I'm going to get my
said
gurus,
far too
Ollie and the
close.
crew at the back, to rewind the tape and come back in the next segment and
Mate.
just see if you've dropped the magic.
I didn't
I
drop-
know we're on late and it doesn't matter, but I reckon you
does
just dropped
matter.
the magic.
95 goals between your three
Thank
boys. They've probably got to get rolling a little bit. What was the number? 150?
Yeah, I'd have to
150.
check that. I thought it was 120 myself.
120.
You can't rewrite your bets.
I'm waiting for Tracy to just go bang and kick 6, though. He's an outstanding
You're our
footballer.
expert. Are you worried about the way that the
Maybe.
big three, grand final day, could they butcher it? No.
Well, they
Kicking for goal.
could. They could. Of course they could. But technically they do. I feel like they get too close to the man on the mark. I agree.
Okay.
Amos doesn't have any momentum either when he kicks a footy. But he's been, over the course of his career, he's been reliable. And the one thing he does that I love, I don't care how you kick the ball, as long as you kick it the same every way. He goes slow every time. He gets close to the mark every time. So do you.
I said I want to see the Wizard on the last day of September just for value. Wouldn't mind if they were playing Freo and I got to see Paddy Voss play a defensive role on Sicily. Could you imagine the fireworks in that?
Good. What a
He
great.
does.
None of them
Wrestling fine.
both of them wouldn't play for the first 6 weeks of the next season, that's for sure.
So good. We're going to take a quick break. Freo, JJ's available for goal kicking practice. If you need a mentor, give our man a call. Hope you're enjoying the show. Welcome back to Kick On. This is Logie Award winning.
Hang on a minute. We need to address the elephant in the room.
What is the elephant?
Go to the lab and find out whether you actually swore on live TV.
not.
boy.
Far.
Judge for yourself.
I'm worried about their kicking.
The accuracy.
Two of them get too close to the mark, and Tracy's ball, I don't
Voss
like.
gets way too close to the mark.
And so does Josh Amos. There's no chance.
That
It's far. You've cut
that
it short.
evidence speaks for itself. Can we have it? Do we need another angle?
We need to get the best
I think
angle.
we need to
Hear it again.
Yeah.
Get too close to the mark, and Tracy's ball, I don't
Voss
like.
gets way too close to the mark.
And so does Josh Amos.
Would
clear.
you like to apologise?
There's no chance I need to. The only thing I'll apologise, did I say Jai Amos or Josh Amos? I might have mixed them
You were just
together.
getting to the combo markets early.
Thank you very much,
But you swore.
K-Mac. If that costs me a gold Logie, I'll be filthy.
Well, it's 1,500 for flipping the bird. What do we think
Yeah.
for
All I'll
dropping the magic
say-
on air?
There's not. It's far too close.
All I'll say is about kick-ons, it was good while it lasted. Because you've just cooked us.
We're done.
You know what? I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
In yourself.
Over and unders. Let's launch
Here
into
we
that.
Good segue. Speaking of disappointed in yourself.
So Zach Butters is a big, big number.
Yeah.
He earns it. 28 and a half, though. What do we think?
I think he would have been slightly disappointed with his performance on Saturday night, just slightly, and he's been one of the more consistent midfielders this year. So he bounces back. He'll go 32.
Yeah, performs really well in showdowns typically, so I like him for over.
Agree, had 30 last time in the showdown.
He'll have 32. I like how specific you are there. What about Jason Horne-Francis, one of the great hyphens in Australian race
He's
football?
been talking tough.
And racing.
Talking tough in Adelaide on the
Yes.
local radio about the showdown. So it's time to put up or shut up. I'm going to back him in and say over.
Yeah, this one's moved too. He was 23 and a half when it went up, and that scared me off a little bit. So I have changed from over and I've gone under for Horne-Francis.
30 against the Pies, which is a big number for him. His average is 22, so I'm going to stick with his average. More time forward and go under.
What about Wayne? One of the great Waynes. What do we do with Wayne? And that's a big number now. That's another mover. 25 and a half, K-Mac.
Wayne's hard to read because Mark Keane came back last week and it was his first game back in the side, and I think that disrupts him a little bit, but we haven't got enough sample size to look at where he goes from there. So I'm just going to back him in and go over. I think he maybe plays a little bit higher up the ground with Keane locking things down and maybe a few more handball receives around the mark.
Nice. I'm going to go over. Had 29 in the Showdown earlier this season, and I've got a feeling this might be a one-sided showdown and the Crows might have a fill-up.
I agree with that, but just on Wayne, this is the hardest over-under of the year.
Yep.
This one right here.
Okay.
I think he lands on 25, so I'm going to go
Well,
under.
that would make it easy.
I'm going to go under.
Right, you think you're that good at this game, you're actually picking the number on the head.
Crystal balling
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Listen to you.
Well, at least I'm not swearing.
Okay, I don't know if we're still on.
Far out, I tell you. Jordan Dawson.
Jordan Dawson is a wonderful player,
Oh,
but
thank
he's not,
you.
There's a bug
he's not
coming.
a prolific ball winner. So I think I went under.
Give us a number. Give us an exact
Yeah, what's
number.
he going to get?
23.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to multi all of those that you just said. I think he goes over. I'm going to back him in. I think it's a bit of a fill-up, this one, for the Crows, and I think he does go over, and he's been in great form.
He is the one I'm taking on. Only 35 combined from his last 2 showdowns. Missed the showdown earlier this season. So, yeah, he's a bit of a weapon for them in the forward half as well. Has kicked
Well,
the
let's
goal,
just put a
mate.
little bow on this.
I just got mine wrong. I actually went over.
You were that convincing.
So we'll change it to 26.
And we're wondering why I'm winning this.
Wow. Okay, so
putting him up
Kano's got the
23,
value there at 11. No, you wonder why you weren't
No,
nominated
you
for the
all-
gold Logie that I backed you in.
You all confused me because the line changed. Out the back, we had a discussion about it, and that confused me.
Enough of that.
all.
Oh.
It's time for the award-winning Kane. We love.
Talk to me.
Sometimes he does the job for us. So last week, Kane went on radio and said blah 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 blah. That's mostly the detail of what he said. No one ever
Hey,
complains.
Hey, I won't have a bad word.
No
sir.
one,
Not
no
on my
one
watch.
ever complains if a free kick isn't played.
that's an unfair quote.
from
That's
Kane
an
Corns,
unfair quote.
and then let the pictures tell the story from here. He's been on Twitter.
The dates behind those tweets, and
You
you just swiped this off someone directly on Twitter. It was called the Orange Team on Twitter.
Thank you.
You've just swiped that. He's done no work whatsoever.
Shout out to
that
the
looks like
Orange
work.
Team.
Read a tweet, all right?
What would you like to say, though?
No, I think the majority of the time we get upset when umpires pay 50-50 free kicks that they should have let go.
We don't give
is what-
the Kane
is what I
person
was
a rebuttal.
trying to say.
They just have to cop it.
Hey, mate, you've jaced me. I can do what I want. You're watching Kick-Ons. Hope you're enjoying Kick-Ons. Let's put a little bow on this show. Can we start with a roughie? And I'm leaning into something that you've been talking about at the moment, Kano, and that is Jordan De Goey. And I think against Richmond, $10 for 4 goals plus. I think he can do that.
It's not outrageous, is it?
I didn't think it was outrageous. I thought that was a good little roughie for us to identify. They will kill the Tigers.
They will.
Is your little ladybug there just for luck? Is that what?
That's
Nice.
there
That's a
for
nice
luck
touch.
as well.
I like that, Richo.
Let's get a team multi together. Who wants to go?
I'll just start because I've got a boring one. I just think Adelaide win easily against a depleted Port Adelaide side in the showdown, so them at the line.
Well, I'm worried about that. I think try bet 15 or 12 or less for me if I'm going that game. But I like Josh Ward 24 plus.
Mine's not boring because Brody Kemp kicked 1 goal 700 last week. I've backed into just fix the radar and kick 3 plus.
Okay, and I just nicked Dacos a soft one. It's a confidence builder for me at $1.50 just to get us up to
34 to
34
You'll have that at half
$1.50.
time.
Yeah, thank you. It's a confidence builder for it. Make sure that I get
Hey,
my leg of the multi.
You can't miss. We're in profit for the multi.
Thank you very much. Huge show, huge weekend coming up.
Yeah, big weekend. Another big weekend of footy.
I've had a lot of fun today. See you next week, Richo.
Have you?
Yeah,
Get those thumbs ready, everyone.
No
because
swearing.
you've been watching Kick-Ons and we look forward to your company next week.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.